Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rochelle. This is Brampton Gardener, and today is very exciting. I'm going to actually start planting the backyard. Hi, Dex. With my trusty dusty assistant. Hello, Dexter. Are you ready? Gardening season has officially started. So we've got a lot of pots here, and I got a lot of pots here. So I already did the front yard yesterday. That video will be coming out on Sunday, I believe. I have no idea when this video will be coming out. I have a ton of lupins and calendula here, which means when I'm planting, if I want to put stuff like there where the calendula is at, I'm just going to be ripping it out. I'm not going to be bother saving it because there's more than enough that I have saved already. So I'm probably going to start with this one because this container, this is the one I'm most excited about. I bought my Prince Tut at the store yesterday. It's going to go in there. So that's my nice big pot. I'm not really sure my other big pot where it's going to go yet. I'm debating. So here, let me talk you through the process. So we're going to come in the greenhouse. Oh, these trays. Oh, I got a water. These I just slid under the greenhouse door yesterday because they were leftovers from planting in the front yard. So I just tucked them in here. So yeah, this is all my stuff that I get to plant out into the backyard, except for these two here are going to go into the front container. I just have to keep hardening them off. So I'm going to be pulling a lot of this stuff out, I think as I plant it, because it's all been hardened off except for maybe this tray 100%. But I'm not planting out any of the tomatoes, peppers, or the vining vegetables like the cucumbers, zucchini, or anything like that until tomorrow. If I even get to it then, just because we are going to have another cool night, but I think the rest of the stuff should be fine. So I'm just going to I'm going to start with that big pot because I already know what I wanted to go in there. And then I'm just going to kind of work my way around. Oop, just hit my head on the ceiling. So that pot there, that's all going to wait as well, that big container there, because that's all tomatoes, peppers, and basil. So those are all very sensitive to the temperatures. And I think I'm going to wait on the roselle again and the 4 o'clocks because those are very sensitive to cold temperatures. Oh, quick update on my hydrangeas. They are both doing really, really good. Okay, so I bought these. I've had this plant rack for several years now. I bought these containers. The baskets on clearance last year at Walmart. They're super cute. I love how they look, but I'm not sure where they're gonna go. It might stay here. And now that I have a lot of those bigger pots, I might be using more of those and fewer of the little tiny ones. We'll see. So some of it's gonna get filmed, some of it's not. It's just gonna depend on the camera, and I'm just gonna try and get as much as I can done. So yeah, I'll see you later. Ready to start planting on the hill. I'm going to start on the right hand side by the fence, and I have my chart, and if you see over here on this side, I have all of my plants listed by height. So I'm going to be starting with the taller plants, so like the roselle, cosmos, canna, well, not the cannas, I'm not going to put them over there. And then that way I can kind of work my way out, so the lower plants will be along the border. Speaking of the border, I haven't seen a lot of the alyssum coming back. I did see a few though, however. So hopefully they will come back and I will have my white alyssum border. Otherwise I might have to go buy some alyssum and I don't want to have to do that. So, or maybe just weight this year. I don't know. So montage mode. Those situations where it's gonna look worse before it gets better. It does kind of look like mass carnage here in the landscape. So finished that planter. That was the first one I did, and I literally just left stuff. If you can see here, you see all those are all morning glories that are self-seeding, so I'll probably dig those up actually and just put them up there on the TP. So the TP is going to get covered in morning glories like it does every year, and it's absolutely fabulous and I love it, so I'm not going to complain about that. I will be leaving this section here open for a pathway. My hibiscus is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but my hibiscus is right down there. These pots are just sitting here for now. So what I did, and you can see all that green down there, those are all poppies. So that's going to be a riot of poppies soon. It's going to be amazing. My butterfly bush that I put in last year, so this morning I planted a bunch of cosmos all along there and some yarrow. And then coming up this way, I planted the 4 o'clocks, kind of come in a drift like this. Sunflowers are back there. Then I have my celosia here in the front, my gomphrena there. I have feverfew back behind, and my borage. And then I have the malva in that little blank spot up there. I have a bunch of them. So I have possibly planted way too heavily. If I find I'm kind of running out of plants for the other sections, I can kind of go in and take every other one out, because I did plant pretty heavy, but I have a lot of plants. So this section is done to here, and I have to remember to keep walkways open through some areas. I need to figure out, I got to get my flamingos in too as well, and then I got to figure out my border. So we'll come back, we'll talk about the border in just a minute, and then I need some room for some petunias and maybe some coleus. We'll see. So I think I have plenty to fill this bed in. This side I was working on, I turned the camera off because it was too hard to keep angling it. So this section here, what I've done, I have this tray, and this tray has a bunch of alyssum and dill seedlings that I have picked up that were just overgrown in this section. So I have started my alyssum border. Fortunately, I did find quite a few had self-seeded. So it started. So I've just done this section here with it, and then I had to stop for lunch. So I'm going to continue that on all the way down. Hopefully I'll be able to dig out enough seedlings to do both sides. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to come in and dig out all of the green ground cover along the edge. So I can actually do some of that now that it's in the shade there. That hosta I dug out, it was hiding under there. You'll never see it. Got to find a spot for that. Planted my hibiscus here though, my white hibiscus that I grew from seed. And then I'm planning on putting my hollyhocks back there. This section, it's just overrun with calendula. I keep digging it out. And then I have this section here still to plant. So I'm thinking of putting more of my veggies in this section. I want to grow some of my cucumbers, I think, up my arch dead tree thingy trellis. And I have a lot of the dwarf tomatoes I can pop in there, and like I have zucchini, okra. So the okra is very pretty, so I don't mind putting okra and stuff like that in the flower beds. So I might be putting okra right in here. That would be really pretty. And then, hey, leave it. Dax. I know it smells really good. He smells the dill. I'm gonna put my hollyhocks in there. And so yeah, I'm having trouble. Hey, no. Okay, yes, alyssum is edible as well, but we're not gonna be eating it, okay? So my main issue right now in my brain is trying to figure out where I'm gonna put everything when I still have this section here full. I need to try and process it, right? So the greenhouse is coming down tomorrow. And the section I wanted to work on up there is in the sun right now. And this area is not. So what I'm thinking of doing is, I'm thinking of repositioning some of the pots up on the deck where I think I'm gonna want them. And I think I'm gonna try the big pot right by the door. And I think it's gonna be a mix of ornamental and veg. So I'll probably be doing that. I'm not gonna bother setting up the camera because I'm just gonna be in and out and it's gonna be too hard to get a shot of me walking back and forth. And I mean, that's not that exciting, is it? Really? No. Maybe we could get a video of Dexter. Oh, he had that big stick and he was walking around through while I was trying to plant and just like knocking into everything. I was like, oh my goodness. Hey Dex. Hey Dex, you wanna say hi? You wanna say hi to your fans? Say hi. I'm loving it outside. Here they are all finished. You might have noticed I swapped out the pink polka dot plant. I forgot I had two left in there that I wanted to use in these containers. So the one here in the front, I have lobelia around the front of all of them. Then I have two impatiens. I have some, it's called ornamental mint, and it's really tiny and it's like a little tiny ground cover. It's not really edible, it smells amazing, and it likes a shady, damp conditions. So this should be perfect because this is going to be pretty shady, especially once the black-eyed Susan vine takes off. So I'm hoping it kind of does its thing up on here. And yeah, and then the two impatiens. This one, lobelia, a bit more of the mint, broadleaf thyme. So I had that there too. And then I have some coleus at the back, and then impatiens. And then this one is a little bit more coleus heavy. So we got coleus, and then we have a couple impatiens and the pink polka dot plant and lobelia. Hopefully hanging around. Some of these are looking a little rough. They got a little mangled yesterday, but I think that looks pretty. And then I have this little, you like my little set? This I've had this in the house. I don't know if I'll put it out in the yard or not, but it's pretty cute. This little thing's gonna go down there, and then I think I'm gonna put this little spider plant cutting I have in this hanging basket. It's gonna hang here with the other pink polka dot plant. This is a really, really shady spot, so I'm hoping that it will like that. It's more like indirect light than it would be even be like full shade. So yeah, it's dwindling down. So much more to go.